Let's do this. Oh, where do I even begin? First of all, loved the video. I don't know what you made, but it looked delicious. All right, so yeah. I mean, honestly, I don't know what you would call a burrito filling that you wrap like a fajita. Maybe a burrito or a fajito? But you see, it's definitely not a burrito. I would call it a half wrapped taco before I called it a burrito. So, I think the easiest way to explain all this is for me to go through the 5 reasons why I make tacos at home and I eat burritos when I'm out. I actually don't know if there's 5 reasons. I might have to make some up.
So I'm anybody that really just wants to cut to the chase here. I think really the disconnect between Tyler and I's opinion of and phrasing and usage of the word burrito comes down to how it's wrapped and how it's sealed. So I didn't put as much importance or emphasis on wrapping. For me, I really like to have a lot of toppings, lots and lots of toppings. And as part of that, it gets a little bit harder to fold in a manner that Tyler associates with a burrito. It's not impossible. It is more difficult because there's higher volume in the surface area of the tortilla. It doesn't allow that type of coverage. If I wanted to sacrifice the amount of toppings and the amount of general filling that was present in mine, it would entirely be possible. I'd be able to do the traditional fold, wrap, have it sealed. You can then sear it in the pan. It's very good that way, but to be satiated, I'd rather have maybe two of the style the way that I do them. They maintain their structural integrity just fine. They taste delicious, but they allow for a higher volume of filling and toppings to be present. Whereas if I was to fold it differently, again, the way that Tyler, and I would agree that I associate that method with a market burrito that you would acquire, that I would have to jeopardize the amount of toppings to allow for that. If anybody out there has access to extremely large tortillas, I think that would be the compromise that would be ideal, because that would allow for lots and lots of toppings and fillings to be present and still allow for the type of fold that Tyler's talking about. But yeah, I mean, to me, how I'm folding it doesn't have the same importance. The main thing is having the tortilla being heated in the pan. That really elevates the texture and flavor profile of the entire dish. And if it isn't something that you have tried, it's absolutely worth trying. Regardless of how you wrap it at the end of the day, you have a delicious, satisfying meal. I would call it a burrito, regardless of how it's wrapped. But I now understand why Tyler insists that it's not a burrito. And I appreciate him coming forward with the explanation. I think it didn't need a 9-minute video. It could have just very well been summed up with, well, I don't think it's a burrito because you didn't wrap it so that it was encased entirely in a tortilla. Okay, that's valid. I have done a little bit of research, and I don't believe that I've come across that as being a distinguishing characteristic between the dish and not. But yeah, again, once this is over and we have the opportunity to to come together, I'd love to hang out and we could do cooking together and give you an opportunity to taste the dish that I've made. It's quite good, and we can practice different folding techniques. And I kid you not, you wouldn't find a difference with how it tastes folded, the way that I display in my original video versus the way that you associate a burrito being wrapped and entirely encased in the tortilla. I mean, I'd also be more than happy to try your tacos. They look delicious. And yeah, just as a caveat, just a small follow up. We did a nacho night the following night. Did that yesterday, and that's a really good use for any of those leftover beans and corn, any of the veggie ground round. It's fantastic. Um, but yeah, thank you, Tyler, for being forward with your explanation video. I liked your cooking show as well, and yeah, I hope that once this social distancing is at an end and we can be social in person, that we get together, maybe invite the rest of the crew, and we can have a taco and burrito night all get together. Okay, thanks.